comments in the chat. I can't see your screen, but I believe you guys can see. Oh, no to tech jobs. Okay, so trust me, we're going to make that change to a yes. So what I said at the start of this is the strategy to applying to jobs. It's very important for us to know that it's not a case of just spraying and hoping that it works. We have to make sure we're working with a strategy that can really guarantee success at the end of the day. All right. So when we apply and we're not adopting or implementing a strategy that can help, then we realize that we're not getting the desired results. Oh, why am I taking, why am I applying to 20 jobs and I'm not getting the kind of results that I want? Why am I applying to 30 jobs and I am not getting the kind of result that I want? Is it that tech does not have the kind of opportunities we assumed it used to have, or something else changed? Now, trust me, we're going to take a look at all of that today so that you would understand perfectly the best positioning strategy that will work for you. Now, the session is brought to you by Amdari, and I'll be introducing Amdari as we proceed. Once again, my name is Omoumi Victoria Samson. While I'm introducing myself, please type in the chat which part of the UK you're joining from. I can already see your name. Type the part of the UK you're joining from and the career path in tech you're trying to get a job in. So I asked a question, have you gotten a job in tech? Everybody typed no, right? Everybody that has responded said no, so which is okay. So I want to know what career path in tech you're trying to get a job in. So type that in the chat as well as where you're joining from. So Darlington says it's joining from Warrington. So Darlington, okay, awesome, software engineer. So just the same way Darlington has typed it, I would like you to do the same. Use the chat, type where in the UK you're joining from. Oh, Prosper says he already has a tech job. Prosper, do you want to let us know what field in tech that is? Ire says Gloucester SOC analyst. Sign ups, what's your real name? I believe that's not your real name. London career path sign ups. Then Judith says London product management and business analysis. Beautiful. Cyprian says no job. Okay. Lara says AI and data science. Jeanette says I'm based in Leicester, project management and business analysis. Cyprian says Canada, data analytics. Awesome. Please keep it coming. I love the engagement, and you guys are actually at the very, very right place, because every career path you're typing is part of what I'll be addressing today. The industry hiring the most for project managers, for example, for business analysts, for data scientists or AI engineers, those industries, and how you can strategically position to be able to land a job in those sectors. So I'm Omoumi Victoria Samson. I am one of the co-founders at Amdari, also the Chief Technology and Business Officer. Now, I have close to a decade experience working in tech. I've worked as a software engineer, I've worked as a product manager, and I have also worked as a business analyst. And in the last 2 years, through the work that we do at Amdari, I have been able to help close to 3,000 professionals transition into tech through mentorship, real-world experience, as well as employability support, which I will break down as we proceed. Sign-ups, I'll be taking questions, so don't worry. For now, I just want to do a brief introduction and also speak on the topic that we're addressing today. Okay, so what do we do at Amdari? Professionals like yourself, immigrants in the UK, transition into tech through real-world experience. So for you to say you're trying to get it done, I want to believe you are telling me that you've taken a course, like, oh, I have, taken some foundational level course, I've taken some introductory course. That's what, because I can't say, oh, I want to become a nurse without even attempting or trying to at least take a course in nursing, right? So it starts with that course. But now that course is not the finish line. A lot of times I've seen professionals assuming that I just need to take a course. I was told that project management is in high demand. I just need to take a course. I was told that cybersecurity is in high demand, and all I need is just some certifications here and there, and I can get a high-paying job in the UK. Yes, it's in high demand, right? Yes, recruiters are recruiting and hiring a lot, for this career path. But no, taking a course alone does not automatically guarantee you landing a job in tech. There are other things that you need to do, and that's only because you're not applying alone. You're applying with 500 other people, 300 other people. All these guys have already worked somewhere. Some of them have done internship with maybe Google, Amazon, or even a normal startup, right? It doesn't need to have a name, but they've built the kind of value that a recruiter recognizes as low risk, right? Oh, we can definitely bring this person on board and it will be worth our while, right? So these people give them this signal, and then there is you who have only taken a course and you want to.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Please, let's just give her few moments. Okay, she's back. Hi, okay.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm trying to mute myself. So so sorry about that, guys. For some reason, Google Meet is kind of responding a bit slow. So I couldn't unmute myself immediately. But please, can I see your thumbs up if you can see me and you can hear me? I'll go back to sharing my screen right about now. You can see me and you can hear me. Awesome. Thank you very much. So back to where we were. So just like I was saying earlier, right? The the tech industry rewards professionals that can show proof of what they've done before and how they've impacted businesses. So because of this singular fact that you're not applying alone, that's why you shouldn't be comfortable, right, with just the certificates you have, with just the knowledge you have. You need so much more. I'm applying to a job. Then there is Joseph Itodo. Then there is Mimi. There is Cypre, right? There is Abdul. What makes you think that Abdul has not gone above and beyond to prepare for this interview? What makes you think that Mimi has not gone the extra mile, right? People who bring some kind of ammunition to just a normal small fight, right? They bring, I don't want to call, ammunitions, but you know what I'm saying, right? So they go above and beyond, they give it their all, they are so prepared, and you're applying to the same job as these guys. Bear in mind that these guys are showing recruiters the possibilities of what they can achieve working with them. So if they are showing the recruiters all of that, the recruiters will go with that person. So in most cases, it's not necessarily, I don't think Boluwatfe is good enough. No, I have spoken to Sophia, and I think Sophia is just amazing, and I would rather work with Sophia. Sophia has experience doing this. Sophia has, a portfolio that reflects this, and it's more in alignment with what we need. Then I would go with Sophia. That's why you need to prepare so much. So that's why the conversation today is going to adjust every approach that you currently use in applying to jobs, so that you don't just pray and pray. Okay, don't just apply to 500 jobs. Oh, as long as I apply to so many jobs, I am good. No, that is not the winning strategy. It's not about the numbers, it's about the quality of your strategy. All right. When the quality is tight and when you are competitive yourself, then you're going to be good. Right. So, like I mentioned earlier, what we do at Amdari is we help professionals transition into tech through work experience, mentorship, as well as employability support. And it doesn't stop there. We also make sure that we give you a free portfolio website. And how this internship works is you will be working on actual business problems from our project partners. Some of our project partners are across sectors that are hiring the most right now, like real estate and infrastructure. I will show you some of them. This is one of them. Some of the websites are linking, and these are businesses across the UK and Canada. Okay, so we've partnered with so many businesses across different locations so that the projects you work on are from actual business challenges, not simulations, not made up projects. Now, Amdari is not a simulation platform, no. And I am saying this not based off project alone. I'm saying this based off the actual kind of flow, the workflow that you have. Now, this internship gives you a team lead and a mentor, and then it gives you a team to work with. And when I say team, I'm even talking about cross-functional team, just like you would have it in a proper company. That's what you get. So that is why Amdari is not a simulation. Amdari doesn't just say, oh, this is a project, imagine. No, you don't imagine anything. There is a team lead, there is a teammate. If you have to work with a project manager, then trust me, you have to work with one. If you have to work with a product designer, trust me, you will get to work with them. If you have to work with a data analyst, trust me, you would have to work with them. It depends on the field, right, that you are trying to come into this internship as, and then the projects you have at hand. So these are some of the businesses. I will give you more hints into who they are and their industries as we could see. We have over 10 businesses that we're partnering with, and they share day-to-day projects that are day-to-day business challenges that makes us have like a robust project that our interns can work on. Live projects, not made up project or simulated projects, like I mentioned earlier, not hypothetical, that's the right one, not hypothetical questions, project. So this is, for example, an AI powered platform for businesses across the UK, Indian owned, but this person is based in the UK, so it's a UK business. So this is just one, or some of them. I'd have shown you three, but like I said, I would give you more insight into this business partner. So this internship would have you working with actual businesses, with a team lead and with teammates and mentors, right? And you have access to more than one mentor. There is employability mentor, there is your actual technical skill mentor. So let's say Henry is joining Amdari as a SOC analyst under cybersecurity. Henry's team lead and mentor is going to be a SOC analyst, not an intern, by the way. He's going to be a SOC analyst with about 5 years or 10 years, 5 to 10 years experience working as a SOC analyst. Not, oh, I'm a cybersecurity analyst and I have knowledge about SOC, penetration testing. No, you have to be specialized in that for you to be the interns. And we have over 60 interns at, over 60 mentors that our interns get to work with. And then, yeah, the career paths that we currently focus on are the ones you see on my screen. That was why I said at the start of this, can I know the field you're trying to get a job in? And amazingly, most people on this call have they're trying to get a job in the career path I see on my screen. I saw someone type software engineering. Sadly, we don't have software engineering as part of it. All we have in terms of the programs that you build experience in is data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, SOC analysis, that's under cybersecurity. Cloud and app security, that's also under cybersecurity. Then GRC, which is governance, risk, and compliance, is also under cybersecurity. So can I see your thumbs up if you're good? Like, oh, I can see my career path. Can I see your thumbs up? You can see your career path on my screen. Can I see your thumbs up? Beautiful, Janet. Thank you very much. Can I see more? Lara says yes. Emmanuel, I believe that's a thumbs up. Cyprian, I hope. Yeah, that's a thumbs up. Awesome, awesome. You can't see yours. Can I see thumbs down? It's okay. There's somebody on the call that is not covered here, career path wise. But trust me, this conversation still applies to everybody as long as you're in tech. So yeah, awesome. So I see a lot of thumbs up so far. I've not seen any thumbs down, so I believe everybody is good. Now, the beautiful thing about Amdari internship is the fact that out of every 10 interns that starts this program, about 6 of them get to land their desired tech job within 4 months. This internship is a 4-month program, okay? This internship is for 4 months, and like I said, 6 out of every 10 interns that embarks on this journey with us at Amdari gets to secure a job within 4 months, and that number increases to 85 by increases to 7 rather by the 9th month, or increases to 9 by the 7th month. Sorry, I'm mixing that up. And then about 85% of our interns secure their first tech job within the first month in the program. Now, don't take my word for it. I would like you to listen to one of our interns who was able to secure a job within the first month in the program. All right, so her name is Laura. She interned with us. She started this internship in March. Guys, the same way you're on this call with me today, promise you, the same way you're on this call with me today, Laura joined one of our sessions. She took that leap of faith, all right, started the internship with Amdari, and she secured a job in April. Started in March, got a job already in April. She's still in the program because she's not done. The 4 months is not over. She just got a job quite early. So let's listen to Laura for just 1 minute, and then I will be back.
Awesome. So yeah, I mentioned it before, but can you just just talk in specific terms, the the things about Amdari, or the experiences, or the Amdari processes that actually contributed to the success of this you landing this role?
Okay, so when I joined Amdari, I was told that within 2 months of joining Amdari, you're going to get a job, because I've been having so many jobs here. And I was like, okay, I wasn't skeptical because I saw the reviews on Instagram before joining Amdari. I was like, let's see how it goes. I wasn't expecting in my wildest dreams that I'm going to land this role within 1 month. I just joined Amdari last month. So this Amdari internship program really helped me, to be very honest. It helped me. And I became very proud of myself. I was able to get some insights into, here in the UK, I would say, oh, it's
Okay, let me just stop you right there. All right, so that's Laura's story. That's Laura's testimonial in terms of getting started with the internship. And like she rightly said, right, what we hear so much as immigrants in the UK is, oh, it's very difficult to land a tech job, it's competitive. Yeah, even if it's competitive, right, why are you not positioning in a way that you can also be very good and skilled? And that's why we are having this conversation. Now, what I that you don't get a job in the course of the internship, because everybody's story is different and everybody's timeline is different. If you're unable to secure a job within the first month in the program, I promise you one thing for a fact, we support you throughout this internship. Whether you get a job in a month, 2 months, 3 months, the 4th month, which is the last month in the program, or you're done with the program and you don't have a job yet, doesn't mean that's over with Amdari. No. Now look at this right here. It says alumni network. These are people who are already done with the internship. And right here, you can see conversations, right? This person was requesting for reference letter, and this person shared a good news just 2 days ago. Hi guys, it is a good news. I landed a BI engineer role this week. Thank you so much, Amdari and Talent. So he's appreciative of the fact that he was able to secure the job. This person is done. Now look at it right here. Although he backdated his LinkedIn says he started his internship with Amdari April. Now we don't call you interns. Please bear in mind, we do not call you interns. What we call you is consultants, and you will understand why as we proceed. First off, so that we do not undermine the quality of projects you work on, okay? And then, because you'll be working on projects across different sectors. So that's why we call you consultants. So it's like a consultancy arm where you get to work and build experience while solving problems for different industries, right? So it says here, data engineering consultant. You can look him up on LinkedIn. His name is Samuel. I can't pronounce his surname, but yeah. You can copy the name, you can do a screenshot of the name, you can look him up on LinkedIn. Now, he started his internship with us November last year, but he wasn't one of the people that got a job in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months. He got the job after the internship. So November till now, I would say maybe 7 months or so. We didn't stop working with him. We didn't say, oh, you're done, that is it, no. And you can see that just 2 days ago, he was able to secure the job as a BI engineer. So the support with Amdari is continuous. It doesn't stop at the first interaction. Then there is the other person. She is also done with her program now, but she got actual internship. Sorry, this offer, you can look at my screen, with the civil service in the UK, right? And this screenshot is from when she got her first interview invite. Okay, when she got her first interview invite. And this is a screenshot from the chat with the employability specialist. And this right here contains the message she got from gov.uk, okay, which says congratulations on completing your application and successfully passing the online test, blah, blah, blah. This person was prepped and made ready for that assessment by her specialist within the program. So like I said, and she got this actual interview, she landed it within a month program. Okay, so some people it's successful in a month, some people 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Everybody's timeline is different. But does that mean Amdari just says, oh, we're done and that is over after 4 months? We support you. So Amdari is a brainchild of 3 co-founders. I've introduced myself. This is Efemena Ikro, one of the other co-founders, who has a track record of helping professionals, immigrants, to transition into tech, having experienced that himself. He went to the UK on study visa, after that being on PSW visa. You know how it takes time for you to find your feet. So what helped him was transitioning into tech and doing an internship. And he was also like, okay, if this really worked out like this, how about people that might not get this much opportunity? Let's build a platform. Let's build a system that gives people work experience. And the similar story applies to Adeza Suleiman, who also relocated to the UK on study visa and PSW days. He built experience and skills in tech, gained experience working in the UK ecosystem, and that was how he was able to land his first job also. And both of them have also gone on to help over 2,000 professionals transition into tech, most of them landing jobs with the civil service, most of them also NHS, and some of them, they even got sponsored immediately. So what are we going to be learning on the call today? We're going to be focusing on which UK industries hire tech talent fastest, right? And then which tech roles are easiest to break into, how to position yourself for sponsorship opportunity, the mistakes that is currently stopping you or most applicants on the call today from getting interviews, as well as a practical roadmap that makes you become employable and competitive. Okay, it's not just okay or enough to be employable. You need to be competitive. What are the advantages that you need to put in your favor? So that's why I would like us to take a look at some fun facts, right? Most times people assume that the jobs are not there because maybe the industry is saturated and all that. But the fact remains, these recruiters have on-field roles. The reason they have on-field roles is because it's very hard to find the kind of talent that problem you're trying to. I'd like us to found that I followed and what he said, but like he spoke for every founder. Like he spoke for every founder, and that's why I always like playing his video. So I'll play his video for you right now so you can listen to me, and I'll come back and ask you what you heard him say the most. Now, please, if there is no audio, kindly call my attention to it. Sometimes Google Meet can be very funny. I would hear it play, but you might not hear. But yeah, so just 1 minute and I will be back.
I cannot find. Where are all the good employees? I have a friend, she owns a retail baby clothing store. She cannot find good employees. There's a guy, an acquaintance of mine, who owns a software company. He cannot find good employees. Me, in my case, I just started a software company. I cannot find good employees. Like, what is going on? What is going on for real? Alright, so this is the story. I've had 3 developers so far. I own a software company. I also own a music company, but that's on the side. The software company is what matters here. So I had 3 developers. One of them left for a graduate program. He's actually the reason why I found out my pay scale was wrong. The second one, I hired him for front end. He didn't deliver anything for a month, 1 month. And the part that paid me is that I made that thing in 6 hours after I fired him. The third guy is still in school. Even though he might have potential, it'll be a while before he can make money from me. How much do I need to pay people so I can find good people? Where are all the good employees? I have a friend, she owns a retail baby clothing store. She cannot find good employees.
Right,
there's a guy, an acquaintance of mine who...
So can you tell me what you think he said the most in the conversation? What do you think he said so much of while he was speaking? All right, so I have my eyes glued to the chat. I would like to see your response. What do you think he said so much? in his video. Okay, so please use the chat and type. So I just want us to establish a fact, right? The jobs exist. Recruiters are looking. He's not saying that people are not applying. No, he didn't say that. People are obviously applying, but it doesn't seem like they are able to find exactly Joseph who are basically hard to find. So people are applying, but not a lot of people are showing that, oh, I can actually solve this problem that you are currently experiencing. Now, let's take it back a bit. The job you see on the job board, it exists because it started with a problem within the organization. Exactly, secret. It started with a problem within the organization. Say I have a company today and you see me post, oh, we need a project manager. Now, to you, it's a job title and it's an opportunity to either leave your current job or transition fully into project management or get a better pay because, again, maybe the pay is very good, or to get sponsored because maybe I wrote somewhere, oh, we are sponsoring, it exceeds salary threshold and all that. So to you, that's what you're seeing, an opportunity, right, to get a better pay, to have a sponsorship, to leave your current job or to transition fully into tech. But you're not looking at the other side of the table also, which is why this job exists in the first place. Now, we didn't put up this job posting because it would be nice to have a project manager. No, we didn't put it up because, oh, it would be fancy to have. No, that's not the reason why we did so. We put up this job vacancy because it started with us experiencing something. It can be an operational issue. It can be an efficiency issue. It can be a case of skill gap, right? Or growth is happening and we need support in other areas because now that we're expanding and growth is happening, there seems to be no structure, right? Before, we could wing it thoroughly and properly because, oh, we're still a small team. Now we are growing. We have multiple projects at a time, not before that it was just one project. Oh, do you know what? We need somebody to manage this process. It's becoming a lot, for me being the founder, I need somebody to manage this process. So I said I need somebody, and then it will become, okay, the person we need is project manager. Then we put out that vacancy. And I'll type in the vacancy and everything, the job description or the job summary. And right there, you can exactly see, oh, somebody that can do this, somebody that can do that, somebody that can work without supervision, somebody that has experience facilitating Scrum meetings. Somebody, I will type all of this. I'm not typing it because, again, for you to have a project manager, they need to be personal. I'll be typing it based off of the pain points that my company is currently facing and why we decided to get a project manager. So my company typing that I need a project manager for XYZ reason will be different from the reason why Nurat would say she needs a project manager in her company. I promise you, you can look at the job board. You go to maybe read.co.uk or Indeed or any job board at all. Check for project managers, right? And for every company that appears, please compare the job description of that project manager. I promise you, you will see a major difference in the expectation. It is not generic and it is not a mistake. It's intentional. That's because each company has a unique pain point. And that's why you are always advised, make sure you tailor your CV to every job application. Don't use a master CV. Don't use a generic CV. All right. That's because the reason the job exists for my company is different from why it would exist. Say, Henry is the founder and he needs a project manager also. The reason why he will need it will be different. Now, let me bust your brain. My company needing a project manager might be because, oh, we operate in the hospitality sector, right? And we operating in the hospitality sector means maybe we do like restaurants projects where we restructure, renovate, or decorate restaurants. I would need a project manager. Trust me. Then there is Henry's company, an IT consultancy firm. Maybe they build websites for different businesses across different industries. So if my company that operates in the hospitality sector needs a project manager, and then Henry's company that is an IT consultancy firm needs a project manager, I promise you, you cannot use the same CV to apply to that project manager role in my company and use the same CV to apply to a project manager role in Henry's company. It cannot work. In fact, it would favor one more than the other, or it might not even favor two at all, because your CV does not either speak to hospitality or even speak to managing multiple projects across different sectors. That's web project, by the way, right? And the kind of project you'll be managing will be different. In my company, oh, maybe restaurant projects, hotel projects. In Henry's company, it's websites. right? So web projects, you're building websites for this business, that business. It is going to be different, but does that change the fact that you are a project manager? No. And the underlying skill is you being able to manage projects within budget, you being able to manage projects within a specific timeline, you managing stakeholders, you communicating properly, you understanding rebaselining, you understand. They are all skills that applies to every project manager, but there is something you need to always note. All right, this is to every field. I'm just using project management as an example for the purpose of this conversation. This is to every field. Your CV needs to speak to that particular job you're applying to, because, oh, I need a engineer is different from why another company would need a cloud data engineer. Trust me, right? So don't just assume that, oh, it's generic. So we've established that the jobs exist. Recruiters just need people that can show them that I can solve this problem for you, right? So, and because they are not willing to compromise, they are not willing to settle. You see in Canada alone, over 250K roles were on field as of 2025. For the United States, it was 1.5 million euros for field. And then for the UK, about 178,000 roles were on field. So why would they be comfortable leaving these roles on field? Let's trace back to the video I played. That guy said a couple of things in the video. Where are the good employees? One, oh, my current staff, I have 3 developers. The second guy, one resigned because he needed to go for, I guess, graduate program. So let's talk about the 2 other guys, the second guy and the third guy. He said he fired the second guy because the guy wasn't able to achieve anything in a month. And that thing that guy wasn't able to achieve in a month, he was able to complete it in 6 hours. So this guy has given somebody a chance before. We don't know if that guy really had experience or not, but that guy took time to finish a task or a project or an assignment that could have obviously been done in a day, right? This man fired him for him to realize that I could have even finished this thing in 6 hours. Then the last guy, he said, and I quote, this person is still schooling, he's still studying. It will take him a while to make me money, even though he has potential. So I promise you, you can go in for an interview. Be confident. You don't stutter. You are able to articulate your words correctly and still not get the job. People would say, I did so well in the interview. Yes, you can pass the test of confidence, but not pass the test of conviction, right? Conviction on the side of the recruiter. I need to be convinced that Janet can do the job. Janet can be so amazing during the interview. She was confident. I really liked how she spoke about this, that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just not convinced enough. And who knows, maybe somewhere along the line, someone like Tayo applied. And I'm wowed. I'm not convinced. And Tayo is speaking more to the problem that we're facing. Does that change my perception about Janet being intelligent? No. I still know that Janet is intelligent. Does that change my perception about Janet that, oh, she has potential? No, it doesn't. But do I have time, right, for her to catch up? No. So I would go with Tayo, who I obviously can already see that she has done it before. She's even speaking to the kind of problem that we're facing in my company right now. So it's a more safer bet for me to go with Tayo. And remember that recruiters that you speak to at the very start of your hiring process, they were paid to get the best talent. So they would not compromise, right? They would not compromise. So that guy whose video I played earlier that said, oh, where are the good employees? But that guy has given people who were new a chance. He would not go down that line again. Why am I speaking about this? It's because I want you to note the kind of opportunities you can get with a startup and the type that you can get with a matured enterprise. That guy obviously hired those guys because he was a startup, right? He was very new, and as long as they could just show him that they've taken a course, they've done 1 or 2 projects here and there, he would be okay with just quickly bringing them on board. Startups have this very fast hiring kind of approach and process, and they don't necessarily use recruiters. So I want you to hold on to this statement because it is going to be part of a strategy I would like you to implement, applying to startups. It gives you a lot of leverage, but it depends on what level or what stage you're on with your visa status, right? If you're on PSW and 1 year is already gone, there might not be enough time to say you're working with a startup. That's why most times people don't go that route. But if you're on study visa or you are 1 year into your PSW visa, say you're not even you've not completed a year, so you have a couple of months and a year. So yes, you can try out a couple of industries that will give you that fast experience, and you can already start gaining access and building skills very fast. Startup is fast paced, so I promise you, you would do a lot in just a short period of time, and it will build you. Okay, so I'll get to that as we proceed. So when it comes to application, apply with vibes and inshallah. You don't know that there has to be a strategy. You just feel like, oh, project manager, look at all the companies hiring. Let me just apply. Let me just apply. That was why I said it earlier. Don't pray and pray. All right. Don't just apply. You don't need 500 job applications to get that one job. There is this lady who did an internship with us. Her name is Let me see, if time permits us, I'll play her video for you so that you hear exactly how applying to 500 jobs is not necessarily a winning strategy, right? But the quality and the strategy you use in applying is what would help you. And we even brought in here to come speak to the interns a couple of days ago on her strategy, right? And she just said she applied to less than 10 jobs and she got a job. She got a job in 2 months of joining the internship program at Amdari. She applied to less than 10 jobs. Her first call for an interview was the last interview and she got the job, right? It was that fast. And I'm not speaking to you about magic, no, nothing like that. It's just being strategic and positioned very well for them. So that when the opportunity comes, it's super easy and it's a no-brainer for them not to go with you. So like I said, stop applying with vibes and inshallah. You want to be very, very strategic, all right? Don't just say, oh, these companies are hiring, I apply because it says project manager. No, okay? Oh, this other one is because a lot of people are speaking about AI. Then you feel like you should also focus because there's so much noise about this. But then there might be some other industries hiring so much and nobody's applying because the rave about those industries are not as much as the other ones. But the goal for you is to land the job, right? It's not about trend, right? Can I see it in the chat? Is it about trend or about getting hired? Type trend if it's about trend. Type being hired if it's about being hired, right? Get hired rather. Type get hired. So when it comes to job applications, it shouldn't be about trend. It should be about your best shot at getting hired. Don't say, oh, the trend is everybody's going this route and then everybody's neglecting the other one. And you just need 5, 6, 10 applications to those other ones being ignored and get the job. That's why I said I would like us to revisit the conversation around startups. People are sleeping on these companies, but I would just advise it if time has gone on your PSW status, right? If time has gone, I won't advise it. But anybody on a study visa who is on the call with me today, honestly, I would advise you try startups because it gives you that growth, that kind of growth rate that you would not be able to get in like 2 years. Okay, but even to get in there, you still need experience because that guy whose video I played is a startup. But trust me, he would still need you to show some proof. But I am recommending these startups and like because competition is less steep, especially immigrants in UK. Everybody's going one way, and you all would know what I mean. We'll get there, right? So please make sure that your application is strategic. All right, don't randomize it. All right, and don't think that hope is what would help. No. Hope is not really going to do anything. So make sure that your strategy is demand-led. Okay, what are the sectors hiring for your niche the most? The fact that I promise you one thing, I might say on this call that, oh, for cybersecurity, right? Looking in the direction of maybe legal profession or fintech is what you should do. But it doesn't mean that an edtech company would still not hire you. Just that, yes, when you compare it to legal services or professional services, it might not be as strong, but does that mean disqualify yourself? No. But when you can apply to an industry that guarantees you a major win, why not just streamline and focus on applying specifically to those ones that would give you that guaranteed success? All right. So which industry favors data engineers more? Look at that and then Give it your all in terms of application. What industry focuses so much on hiring data analysts? Give it your all. Apply to those ones. Oh, supply chain management, amazing. Oh, health tech or healthcare. Oh, great. Don't stop at healthcare because everybody's going that way. You're neglecting SCM tech, that supply chain management tech. You're neglecting it when you can also apply to that place and all that, right? So make sure you niche down in terms of industry. This is my field. What industries hire the most? We'll take a look at all of them. I'll break it down. So then validate sponsorship. Is the company I'm about to apply to sponsoring, right? Also a tool that I would share with you that would make it super easy. So this session today is going to be giving you a couple of things for free. Free CV templates that would guarantee you being able to get called back for an interview. All right. There is also another thing I'll be sharing with you, which is a tool, that's an AI tool that will make you know that, oh, this company is sponsoring. You don't need to go download the list of sponsorship lists, blah, 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 and all that. It is a very lengthy process. But for me to be able to send all these things to you, I would like you to fill the attendance form. My colleague is going to drop it if she hasn't. Please make sure you fill the attendance form in the chat so that I can send you CV templates as well as a list of companies sponsoring in the UK. I'd also be sharing a tool, an AI tool that serves as Chrome extension. It saves your life. Like that stress, you know, I said earlier about applying to different jobs with the same CV being a bad strategy. Yes. And I said you need to tailor your CV every time. But a lot of people will tell you, but I can't apply to 50 jobs in a day or in a week because my work, it's busy and it's affecting how much I apply. Because for every application, I need to tailor my CV according to you guys, right? So we partnered with this tool to make it easy for our interns to be able to apply easily. So I would share that tool with you. So please, like I said, fill the attendance form that my colleague just dropped in the chat and you will receive it. I see we're about 65 people on the call. Please ensure you fill it so that you can receive all of this that I said. So the stress of knowing if a company is sponsoring and all that, to save you that stress, just see this session as a session that would compress a journey of 2 years into 4 months, right? See it as a session that would compress the job application stress and trying to get a job for 6 months, 7 months into like 2 months. Like I said, Laura joined a conversation like this in March. She started the internship in March, and in April, she already got the job, right? So why waste time when we can already be a part of a system that can shorten that journey, all right? So then build for that sector that you're applying to. So I said niche down, then focus on industries hiring the most. But then I promise you, any kind of project is not what you need. Remember I said earlier that I have a company, Henry has a company. Henry is applying, let's say Janet is applying to my company and she's applying to Henry's company, project manager role. My company is hiring a project manager, but we are in the hospitality space. And the kind of project that Janet will come to work on in my company is not the same she will go to Henry's company to work on. So why should Janet show me website projects as a way or a strategy or a portfolio on how she wants to get a job with my company? I will not see the alignment. I would not see this, like, it's not going to make sense to me. It's not going to make it easy for me to say, oh, hi, Janet. But if she's applying to Henry's company, showing projects, website projects she managed across different, Henry would relate easily with that portfolio. And she would stand a better chance with Henry than me, right? But the goal is for her to stand a chance with me and Henry, because you don't know who is going to eventually hire you. That Henry called for an interview does not mean Henry will hire her, right? So she wants to be sure that, okay, every application has a very strong quality. So sorry, please. Every application has a very strong quality. That is the goal. So if that is the goal, you want to be sure that your application is strategically positioned for that sector. So make sure the project on your CV, when you're applying to an hospitality company as a project manager, is well in alignment with what that hospitality company would want. The same thing with if it's healthcare, maybe a patient system and the likes. You want it to align properly, all right, and make sure that your targeting is very, very strong. So what are the companies that are sponsoring right now? Let's take a look at these facts about the UK job market today. Very simple. Are companies really still sponsoring? Yes, they are. I said something at the start of this. I said a lot of companies are sponsoring. They have that sponsorship license. Let me rephrase. A lot of companies have sponsorship license. Why would over 1,020 over 120 companies go the route of getting a sponsorship license, right? Only to not sponsor? It doesn't make sense. And you can do this research yourself also. Why would all these companies, over 120 of them, go the route of getting a sponsorship license? And bear in mind that all these companies saying that they have this license does not restrict them to say, oh, I'm sponsoring one person. No, they can sponsor as many people as they choose, right? So that tells you that the possibility to get sponsored is a lot. It's so much for candidates out there. But what's the fact here? Out of 5, we have about just 1 or even less than 1, which is 0, right? That is open to sponsor. And that's because of what that guy said. Tobal, yes, we do, although the application for DevOps closed because we exceeded the max number of interns that we're taking. So what we have is pretty much like DevSecOps, in case you would like that. So it's under cloud and app security. So you can join that. So yes, so it's under app and cloud. And if you check, you notice that it's beginning to get converged by the industry also. So you can join the cloud and app security team. We typically have the DevSecOps program there. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Less than 1, or let's say 1 out of 5 companies are currently sponsoring. If you see a post that says we are sponsoring, and let's say all of them that says, oh, so I'm hiring for a data analyst, sponsorship available, trust me, they might still end up not sponsoring. And it's because of the same thing that guy said. Where are the good employees? So eventually, sometimes after they've spoken to like almost everybody in the talent pool, they're like, okay, this one person that we even want to settle for, I don't think it's worth sponsoring this person, honestly, at this rate. And then they stop and they decide not to sponsor. The reason is not because, like I said, I've gone through the stress, even the financial stress and commitment of having a license to sponsor. Why then will I not just go ahead and sponsor? It's because people are not making it easy. Job seekers are not making it easy for them to see this as a wise business decision. It's not a charity case, right? You are not a charity case. This for them is also not charity. So the minute you make it hard for them to see that you are worth the cost, they will hold it back and then they don't sponsor. So they sponsor selectively now, specialized skills, and then you have proven value that you have to offer from what you've done before. And it's not as hard as it sounds, I promise you. It's just positioning right, like intentionality. That was why I made the reference when I was speaking. I said you're applying to a job. There is Tayo, there is Gregory, there is Linda, there is Darlington, there is Janet applying. Then there is you. Do you know the extent of preparation that these guys have put in to just apply? You don't know, right? You don't know how far they have gone, learning-wise, project-wise, CV revamp-wise, project quality-wise, the project or their portfolio. You don't know the extent. So why should you just do whatever? Why should you just wing it? Why should you just give it the minimum kind of energy and approach? Don't do that. Give it your all. In fact, make it seem like it's the end of the world. That's when it pays. I applied to a job one time as an IT project manager, and I did a deep research about the business and the company. It was just me being inquisitive and just trying to understand who they are, what they do, the businesses they had served. I just wanted to know, right? And I was curious, and I was digging deeper. I didn't know that any part of this that I was doing was going to come in handy in the interview. I got into the interview Do you know how many people would have said Kanban, would have said iterative development, would have said Scrum facilitation? Do you know how many people would have said they know how to plan for projects under budget? A lot of people would have said the same thing. And I saw something, they had been hiring for that role for several months. Like they kept posting that vacancy every month. How did I know this? I said I did my deep research. I checked their Instagram. If I'm going to interview with you, I want to know everything about you. Just following, just to start, fantasizing about working in the organization. That was my, like, oh my God, this would be nice. That kind of fantasy. I already like to play those pictures in my head. And because it was a multinational, I was so excited. They had clients in Germany, UK, US, Turkey. So I was super excited, and I was like, let me look at my future teammates. Honestly, it was a very crazy kind of excitement. That was my research. Oh, let me look at the website they built for the brands, for those businesses. Remember, I was excited. And I was checking, and I was like, okay, hold on. Why are you building a website like this in 2021? That was the year I applied, right? Okay, hold on. Let me check more. And I was checking all of their clients. Businesses would always have clients with search on their website. So I checked. And because I was applying to the IT consultancy, the web development department, so I knew that if I checked their portfolio, I would see the website they had built. And remember, I said I just wanted to fantasize about how nice it would be to be in that company, or who are the developers I'll be working with. They were like a lot of Indians. So it was like across different time zones also. So I was like, okay, this is cool. I was just liking what I was seeing. Now, I could have been carried away, but then I saw the website. I said, no, if I join this team, we're not building like this. From what I see, I don't think these guys work with UI UX designers. This was still me playing all this in my head, right? No, I don't. This framework they use, because there's a way as developers, right, that you would know the framework that was used in building a website. So I'm applying and I'll be interviewed. I need to know if I'm familiar with the framework they currently use. That was another reason I needed to check, because I don't want to come into your interview and you're asking me questions about Node.js and I'm clueless, right? Yes, it's a project management role, but I can overdo. That was why I kept saying, you don't know the person you're applying with. Like, I am extra. So I always want to believe that somebody has gone on to like prepare, and with that imagination, I'm like, oh my God, I hope my presentation is not going to be shabby or so. Right? So because of that imagination, and because I know how I can be, I already imagine that Gregory is going to be like that. I already imagine that Linda is going to be like that. And I'm almost pressurizing myself. And it helps me a lot. Because the first job I got in tech, I got it by sending a direct DM. No competition, just me and the DM or the founder. The second job, they had wanted me, right? But I still was interviewed. Even that first one that I said, oh, I sent a DM, no competition, he still checked my CV, my portfolio, right? I still had to send the link. But what did I just do with that strategy? I just cut down any form of competition. 500 other people on the job board, oh my God, no. Because I know people are good, guys. People are good. And that's why I said earlier that because of how extra I can be, I want to believe that there is another person extra who is gifted that might be applying. I don't know how it's going to end, but I need another kind of strategy. That was what led to me applying by sending a direct DM, applying by positioning on LinkedIn, just pretty much. And I got DMs that came from headhunters, and I got the job when I went in for that interview. This IT role is one of it. They sent me a DM, then I applied. I sent my CV. Of course, they had to review it. So it's not like I'm saying I bypassed the CV. No, I just bypassed competition. Let me put it that way. I just bypassed competition. And like I said, they had been trying to hire people, but nobody seemed to maybe fit in. So I did speak like every project manager, and I spoke about other complementary skills. Those complementary skills, I got them by working in teams. Those teams were through my internship. I did software engineering course. No part of my course would say, oh, so way UI designer to be done designing on Figma, and then this is how you pick elements from Figma. This is how they need to group certain things so that it's easy for you to pick blocks of elements, blah, blah, blah. No, I learned that on the job, and that job was an internship. Right? So yes, I did an internship also. That job was an internship. So that knowledge, I knew that the quality of my work is improved when I work with a UI designer. Now, looking at the website of this company I was about to start working with, and I saw how things were like off. I went in for that interview and I said, I noticed that you use this framework to build websites. That tells me you don't work with a UI UX designer, correct? They said no. So I said, okay, it's obvious because it reflects in this page, right? This page does not prioritize information architecture, and that affects feature placement. And for your clients, they are building this website to achieve a goal. That goal is defeated, right? You can't achieve it because user experience is bad, and that would mean some of the key things that I should be seeing early on in my interaction with this website, I can't see it, right? I can't see it. So I might lose interest or I might not take the necessary action. Imagine saying book a consultation, and book a consultation is hidden or somewhere very far on the page. So I broke down all of this. Now you see, I just spoke like a project manager, but as one with another additional and complementary skill and knowledge. So do you know how many project managers would have sounded the same way? But I didn't do that. And I spoke about SEO. I won't bore you with the details of that because of time, right? So I spoke about SEO. So I let them know that I don't think you have anyone on the team yet, but if you do, please let me know because your client's SEO score failed the assessment and the test I carried out. Yes, that was how crazy I was with. I was like, if people want to interview me, even me, I would audit you people. I would audit your current process. I am coming in as a project manager. The whole goal is to put structure in place. And I already displayed that, not in my presentation, guys. They were interviewed and I was already showing them the person I was, right? I didn't have to say, oh, I am a very strategic person. Oh, I was displaying my traits on the call. I know for a fact that they would have not experienced anybody with that kind of strategy. And I mean, that's why that job posting is still there. I got the job, long story short, right? I got the job. I am sharing with you a real life strategy that I use and that works. It's not magic. It's not, oh, no, it's honestly fact. These people need you. Recruiters need you. Like, it takes you owning a business to understand what I'm saying. When you own a business, you know that when you say you are hiring, it's because you actually need somebody to come help with something. So they really need you. And because they really need you, they don't have time to interview everybody in the talent pool before they find out one person. See, I want to come into an interview, speak to just Gregory, Darlington, Judith, and know that I'm done. Like, I just decide to work with Judith and I'm done. I don't want to interview all 64 people on this call before I find one person. So I promise you, they don't fancy interviewing so much. So they're not wasting your time or trying to make you feel like, no, they want you to even be the candidate. Just show them like you are that person. And they're not settled. That's another thing I need to let you know. They're not willing to settle. That's why we have those unfilled roles. That's why that company I applied to had that vacancy for 7 months. Guess what? I was like, if you guys have been trying to hire for 7 months, is it that you get somebody, then you fire them because you're not satisfied, or what exactly? Of course, I wouldn't know that because I wasn't on the team. Guess how I later knew? When I joined the team, I realized that they were working with a contract person. So they would rather have a contract staff than settle, right? So they were working with a contract person. It was that contract person that now handed over everything. She was a senior project manager. So she was the one that did the handover. So I worked with her for like 8 months because she needed to hand things over, blah, blah, blah. And there were lots of projects we were working on at that time. So dumping it on me would have been crazy. So I had to settle in and she was easing the projects onto me and all that. They worked with a contract project manager. That is what happens. All right. So what are the strongest industries currently sponsoring? Now we've spoken about strategy and I've just explained to you how one size fits all does not work. It does not work. And I tell people every time, the strategy that works, they are out there. You just need access to the right people. The people that have gone through this journey before you, they've experienced some of the steps and processes, and from their own actual experience, they can tell you what to do. I said I did an internship. My line manager was the CTO of the company I did my internship at that time. It was an unpaid internship. This man will speak about this field, software engineering, marketing, product management. And I would say, okay, sir, how do you know all of this? I admired that so much, right? I said, how do you know all of this? He said, it's just honestly years of, doing this and all that. Now, being very close to him, by that, I mean access to somebody with so much knowledge. It made me realize these people just be sharing stories sometimes. And it's becoming a strategy I'm using for something else. It's becoming, they won't really tell you verbatim, Nurat, do this. No, they won't tell you sometimes verbatim, Ahmed, do, no. It's just sometimes them telling you how they got that first job, how they, just like I'm sharing here, how they got that second job. I have never applied through a job board. First one, I sent a DM. Second one, but yes, I submitted my portfolio, guys. It's not like I sent a DM and they gave me the job, no, right? And I got a call also. So that interview will still happen. What I am saying, get past the competition. Even if you're applying by a job board, don't make that your only strategy. So these people will be talking about this, that they did, that they did. And because you're listening to these people, you're seeing possibilities, you're hearing possibilities. Like Laura said, Amdari opened her eyes to possibilities that lies in tech. You can see that I can also, it's not as hard. Yes, that's why they get jobs in 2 months. I got my first job in tech 4 months into my internship. The internship was on 6 months. I completed that 6 months quite all right. When I was done, they gave me five. It was in Nigeria. They gave me 5,000 naira. Like, oh, you've been amazing. I was like, 5K for my amazingness. Oh my God. So, at the end of the day, I got the kind of knowledge that nobody could take away from me. When we speak to people about building, do you think it's a waste of your time? No, it's not, right? You will get knowledge that nobody on earth can take away from you. If there is anything I feel people should not think twice about when it comes to you committing to, it's anything that has to do with skills and knowledge, because it is yours forever, right? There is a proverb Yorubas use that whatever a bird eats is what they fly with, right? I know I have Yorubas here. Do we know this proverb for Yorubas on the call? Right? It's whatever the bird eats that the bird flies away with. So that knowledge you have gained is yours. Nobody can take it away from you. So thinking twice about committing to something that would help you get a job, become knowledgeable, honestly, it's something very, very surprising when I see people thinking twice about it. So best industries right now is the healthcare sector, right? And I'll talk about this, the trust that you need to focus on. Then there is fintech. Please don't sleep on it. There are startups under fintech that you can also target. Then there is the cybersecurity sector, the supply chain sector, the startup sector, like I mentioned. Now let's take a look at this. Briefly, we'll be wrapping up very soon. The healthcare sector, here, it's very, very much in high demand. I'm talking hiring. Hiring is in high demand. I'll be sharing this slide. There are a lot of things on this slide I will need you to have access to, because it's for you to further carry out some steps. I have recruiters I will share with you. I have them listed on this form, on my slide. Please fill the attendance form that my colleague is sharing. These recruiters, in fact, there is one, Sarah West. She responds so well. I personally know somebody that sent Sarah West a DM, right? She sent her a DM, and this woman really worked closely, because all you just need to do is show them that you have the skill. So when the opportunity comes, they remember you. So I'll be sharing this with you. I have about 6 names, all right? So you can easily check them up. And I put their website URL. Please make sure you fill this form, the attendance form, so that you can have access to this. Apart from that, Amdari interns also have access to coffee chat with recruiters. So it's a lot of win for you being on the call with me today, right? It's a lot of win for you. Now, speaking of the hiring demand, there's a massive demand for healthcare talent, right? Then there is also that aspect of the digital transformation. A lot of things about the healthcare sector is currently being digitized. Oh, let's adopt AI. Oh, let's adopt technology. Oh, that adoption is leading to a lot, or a massive digital transformation. And then when it comes to sponsorship, you all know this already, right? Not only is it structured, but they have a lot of opportunities in that regard. And then it is more stable, right, and long-term, just because it falls under the public service. So what should you search for? NHS jobs, fixed-term jobs, permanent jobs, band roles also. You want it to fall between 6 and 7, particularly. When you check a job board, you can also easily check that, especially NHS job board, right? Like I said, please make sure you fill the attendance form so that I can share a couple of these things with you. Then the employer type you should target is the acute trust, the mental health, the community trust, and also the integrated care boards. You want to target these guys when you are applying. You are narrowing it down. What are the fields that has that guarantee that, oh, they are hiring for you? Data analysts, you can look it up. Business analysts, project managers, data engineers, SOC analysts, GRC analysts. We also have app and cloud security analysts. And that's because of that massive transformation across different areas. This is one of Amdari interns that got a job with the NHS. You can look him up on LinkedIn. His name is Abisoye Oyebode, and he interned with us September last year. And about 6 months down the line, he got a job. He got a job in February 2026, and he resumed in March with Royal Devon University Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust. You want to target those trusts, please. It's very important. So you can look him up. Also, like I said, he interned and he got a job, and was super, super happy for him, because honestly, what we always admire is for our guys to start this program and truly secure that tech role. Because why are you committing hours to do this in the first place? It's for it to be rewarding. Why are you showing up for a session like this on a Saturday night? Because you want to get something that just works. And I urge you to stay till the end. This is Pedro. In fact, for Pedro, he came with visa sponsorship immediately. He got his in the last month of his internship with us at Amdari. Let's listen to Pedro for just 2 minutes, and I will be back. Just 2 minutes, and I will be back, okay? If there, kindly call my attention to it. Google Meet can be very funny.
Thanks so much, Pedro, for doing this with us. And congratulations on landing the cybersecurity role. Is it SOC, or what's the job title?
It's OT security specialist, but more of OT security. So it's cybersecurity, but in operations technology.
Amazing. And it came with visa sponsorship, correct?
Yes. The role.
Yeah. Let me blow some confetti, imaginary confetti. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right. So I would like to know how your experience, right, the work experience at Amdari helped you go from being a job seeker to becoming job ready, right? From the mentorship to the project. How did the work experience help you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Okay, so for starters, in my IT career, I've been more of a lone wolf. I like to study on my own, do my certifications, but moving to the UK, I realized that I had to change. I knew I needed some form of mentorship, and that's how I stumbled into Amdari. And yes, the program helped. It provided some guided mentorship that helped me determine the road that was suitable for me and how to navigate to the next chapter. I was already in employment, but I knew I needed to pivot. And yes, the Amdari experience was very important, and it contributed to me landing this new role.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much, Pedro. So what specific aspect of this internship would you say helped you ace your interview?
Okay. For starters, Amdari helped. They have several services. And I think the very first one I opted for was the CV rebuild. That is very, very important. And after the session, my CV got a lot better. I knew I was getting a lot more interviews, but I was really picky about the companies I wanted to join. So the CV rebuild was very, very good. And when I did get called for this interview, they also helped with interview preparation sessions. That was very good. That's put me in the right place to predict questions that were going to be asked, and that really helped to land the role. Then the experience with Amdari was amazing. I was in the SOC analysts cohort. We dabbled into several projects, ranging from SIM analysis, we're building VMs and doing malware analysis. And yes, I mentioned that during my interview, and yes, it really did help.
Hi, mommy, you're muted. You're speaking. You're muted.
Oh my God. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm just seeing it. Thank you, Alexandra. So yes, I was saying, right, when it comes to the opportunity, it's there. For Pedro, he was getting it quite early into the program, but because he was specific, he wanted one that came with sponsorship. And he had time on his PSW. That's why I said earlier that sometimes that timing can affect what strategy you adopt, right? So he wasn't in a hurry, like we also clearly said. And eventually, 4 months into his internship, he secured a visa sponsorship role. And the beautiful thing also is the fact that he mentioned a couple of things that Barry does: the CV revamp, the LinkedIn optimization, and the interview prep. So we don't just assume that, oh, we've given you projects from our business partners. I mean, oh, you've worked on realistic projects, that's enough. No, that's not enough. Not everybody knows how to. That's why we do a mentorship session with you. That is every Thursday in the program. And you see how this mentorship session plays out from the interview prep that happens with one of our interns in the program. But before I do that, let's take a look at another industry, fintech. Now it's very fast growing and it covers everything startup and scale up, right? That was why I said it earlier. Everything startup and scale up. The opportunities here is very, very amazing. You want to look into this, okay? And the career path for this is data analyst, fraud analyst, business analyst, product analyst, still a data analyst, right? SOC analyst, GRC, of course, cybersecurity guys in fintech, very much in high demand, cloud security engineer, and also data scientist because of the predictive kind of system that they have and how they want that to impact their future decisions, churn wise and everything. So they do a lot of model training in that industry also. So these are the career paths that would easily find an opportunity in fintech. So you can look for a fintech business today, I promise you, and position as any of this: fraud analyst, risk analyst, position as any of this and shoot that shot. But remember, I said earlier, it's not a case of I shoot my shot, it means I'll get a job. That's the strategy. No. Before I shoot my shot, my page, I revamped it to look like that of the person this founder would respond to. I made sure of that. And then I made sure that my DM to, I didn't overthink it. I won't tell you that I sent him a perfect message. No, I didn't send a perfect message, I promise you, but I just made sure that my page looked great. And then I attached my GitHub link, everything that will just not make this man say no or ignore me, right? And I got a response, and the rest is history. Within 24 hours, I got the job, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding. So for fintech companies, they want people that are problem solvers, strong communication, commercial awareness, important, and this comes with experience as well as adaptability. Fast learner, yes, but don't come from the point of view of I've only taken a course. I promise you I'm a fast learner. No. I would give you one secret today. Companies, when they say they need fast learners, they are talking about, oh, if we're going to train you on anything, it should be about our system, our company process, and maybe the uniqueness of the problem we solve. That's what they mean by fast learner, not your actual job as a data analyst. Oh, I'm taking a course, I promise you I'm a fast learner. Then you come here and start figuring things out. No, because you still have things to learn about. You still have our clientele to understand. You still have the problem we're solving to get familiar. Like, you need to familiarize with all of that. So because of that, they don't expect you to come and learn your actual work. They only expect you to come and learn what happens in their company, how you can bring that knowledge of yours to solving the problem. And it's exactly the story that Darlington shared, but because of time, I won't be playing this video. I just want us to see, but I have it linked to this place, so you can watch Darlington's video after this session, okay? Now, Darlington got a job with St. Helena, right? It's also a healthcare sector, right? That is the beauty of this. And that's why the businesses we have partnered with at Amdari is strategic. You will see them and their sectors, just like in one slide, so that you see the sectors that this project you'll be working on are from. Remember what I said, you're applying to this sector, you are positioning for this sector. Where is a project that aligns with what we are facing in this sector? That is why it is important. That's why you work on 5 to 6 projects in Amdari. The internship is for 4 months. So you would cover 5 to 6 projects in those key industries, hiring the most for your niche. So supply chain and supply chain management, rather, less competition. Like I said, everybody is going, oh, healthcare, oh, fintech. Not even a lot of people are going the route of fintech. and we are ignoring the other sectors that are hiring. All right. So is this sector hiring for your role? If it's a yes, the goal is not trend. Please, the goal is to get hired. And the trend right now is healthcare. I was speaking to somebody and the first thing he said is, oh, it seems data analytics is currently not a career path that is highly sponsored for, except you go the route of healthcare. And I said, yes, healthcare is hiring a lot and sponsoring as well. But it doesn't mean the other sectors are not. In fact, right now, it is creating less competition in those sectors. That's because everybody is going based on hype, right? Based on trend, based on, and this is your own field. This is not a case of demand and supply of product, right? So in your own case right now, it's a case of you trying to get hired. So you want to position in an industry that will give you a very high chance, right? So yes, apply to healthcare, but do not stop at that. Okay, look at supply chain, everything, customer service operations, they are in planning and procurement. This is already telling you project management. Operations is already telling you business analysis, right? Inventory and warehouse analytics is already telling you data analytics. Operations reporting is already telling you either data analytics or even business project management or business analysis or even data AI automation adoption. All right, like I said, digital transformation is happening a lot. Adoption of AI, adoption of aspects of their work that typically was done manually. So what are the roles you need to look out for? Data analyst, BI analyst. The other guy got a BI engineer role, right? Supply chain analyst, business analyst, project coordinator, ERP analyst, and data engineer. Okay, so you want to position for that. Now, the last sector we'll take a look at. Okay, by the way, this is Judy who interned with us, and she got a job. This her sector. What's the name of the sector again? Renewable parts. I checked the company earlier. Hold on, let me check again. So I checked the company. You can look her up on LinkedIn. That's her name, Judy. Yes. So this is their sector. Manufacturing sector, yes. So it's a manufacturing sector and also kind of a bit of supply chain going on in between. So I'm checking a company website right now. So yes, so you see our interns are strategically positioned for an industry that will give them a chance. So she interned with us as a data analytics consultant, May 2025. And look at the date stamp here. September, she already resumed with renewable part. Same year. So she got the job in August and resumed in September. That's 3 months of getting the job. And she resumed in. So imagine being on a call with Omomi today. And we're talking September this year, and I'm hearing Nurat got a job. We're talking earlier than September, and I'm hearing Tayo got the job, because this has been the case. Like I said, everybody's timeline is different, but is our process working? Yes. And that was why I said, this is a knowledge-based type of thing. Whatever knowledge you gain, it is yours. And Dari we give you reference letter to make your application strong. All those companies I showed you that you'll be working on their project, you get a recommendation letter from them. So that's 5 recommendation letters, and then 1 reference letter from Amdari. So however you want to present it to recruiters, you would have it 100%. So the last one, like I mentioned earlier, is the startup, which is very much underrated. But I would not suggest it if the timeline on your visa is closing up already, right? It's closing up already. I would not recommend it. But you still have enough time. That's why we always advise people, start early. Start early. PSW is a countdown. That's what I see it as. It's counts down, right? That's why people will settle for jobs that will be giving them nightmare. It's because that countdown happened, and now it's a case of, okay, anything just to stay, anything just to remain, anything just to make this work. And then you're committed to the kind of job that you won't be happy doing for the next 1-2 years. Nobody should go through that. And what is the price that you just have to pay to make sure that you don't do that? Just invest in learning the right way and building the skill that is employable, and commit that time to applying strategically. Is it stressful? Yes. Oh, I'm going to apply to 100 jobs, 200 jobs. Is it stressful? Yes. That's why I said, don't make that your only strategy. so that you apply to less jobs, because that is possible. So right now, the biggest advantage is that you get to grow fast and you gain broad knowledge, and that can make it easy for you to now position for those sponsorship jobs in the UK. And who knows, some of them might end up sponsoring you, even, right? They might end up sponsoring you. So what are the common roles that you have a chance with? Product operations, data analytics, growth analytics. Very important. You'll be a data analyst on a growth team. So you don't say, okay, I'm not a growth manager. No. Growth analyst is a data analyst. What you're measuring is everything sales data, marketing data, ads, everything around that. Business operations, because of course, an operations person is needed. And this is a business analyst, by the way. Okay. Technical support. This can be any career path. This can be project manager. Okay, this can be project manager. This can be project manager or business analyst. Cybersecurity support. This can be SOC, can be GRC, if the startup is fintech, right? It can be cloud and app security. And then AI operations. This is this is data science. All right. And this is going to be dependent on the problem they are solving. And we have all of these guys as people that our interns work with. Yes. Now, this is Betsy. The company she's working for is a startup. Well, I don't know if it's a startup, but it's an IT company, kind of a startup, and they work with AI to build digital products for clients. The name of the business is Echoes IT Limited. So I also, when she got the job, I looked them up. Okay, what they do, the industry. The industry is very important for us. We want to know how our strategy is making you get the kind of desired results you want. So she interviewed me last year. Imagine you found out about Amdari in January, and as of today, we are saying that, oh, you already got a job last month. Okay, this is May. No, last month actually, because she resumed in May, but she got the job in April. So you see what I'm saying, right? So the opportunities are really there, but it just depends on how you position it. So she interviewed us as IT tech, information technology project manager, and she got a job as the same job title, but with business analysis. So positioning is important. So how you compete and win today is pick one or two industries, apply aggressively, build projects around that. Don't just establish why that is. Okay, we can find a lot of strategic application positioning in just this one conversation. That's why we have mentorship session for our interns, and it's every Thursday. That's because you can't cover the whole conversation in one sitting or in 1 2-hour session. All right. So in case I'm rushing some of the things I'm saying now, it's so that I don't take too much of your time already again. Okay. So position very well so that you don't sound like a student. Don't make it seem like you're an enthusiast. They hire practitioners. You have to be a practitioner. Then build visibility. I said earlier, recruiters are hiring. Send a DM. Position posting like a contributor. Not, oh, I just completed a certification in Microsoft Excel. No. All right. Right now, you need a job. So talk about the kind of problems you're solving, working on a particular project, how you approach a particular issue, that, things like that. As a data analyst, as a SOC analyst, all of those things, right? And it's easier when you truly have that proper exposure. So the best tech roles for sponsorship and jobs, I have highlighted them. They are all the career paths that I've been mentioning. And when it comes to demand, it is high. So that place you took your training, where they said, oh, take a course in project management, it is in high demand, they did not lie. But your positioning is the problem. So don't think that course you took with them is all you need. You need work experience because you need projects tailored to those industries. And then what is the sponsorship potential? Now, this is generic, by the way, because it depends on the industry. For data analytics, it's also very high, but it depends on the industry. Right? For data engineer, that shortage is crazy, right? That shortage, and it's not like the employment is that much, right? But that shortage is crazy. That's for you to know that the opportunities are there. Everyone here you see high, it's because it's dependent on the industry. There are some industries that for data science, it is extremely high. So please bear this in mind. So remote job platforms for our interns, I would like you to, not our interns rather, that I would like to share with you. I put their links, and that's because most of these job boards are very intelligent. But one thing Amdari has done is to compress all this craziness in one. So let me show you. As an intern, you will have access to a job board on Amdari website. this is going to be your dashboard as an intern. You'll have access to a job board and all those jobs from those amazing platforms where you would see different opportunities. They are all here. You can see we are fetching jobs from Career Builder, Well Found, all those highly recommended job boards. We are fetching. So we have an API that we plugged and we fetch the jobs, and you can apply from the comfort of your home. All right, of course, where else? So you would apply easily. And it's all the career paths that I've been mentioning. You can filter, you can navigate. So easy. Oh, the job you're looking for, you want the one with visa sponsorship. Click here. Oh, you want one that is not necessarily visa sponsorship. That's fine. Just select it from here. That's how easy it is. So, like I said, I'm sharing those job boards with you. But for our interns, instead of you visiting all those job boards, it's so stressful. All you have to do is just, you have the access here to thousands of jobs on our platform, and you can have access to them easily. Okay, so that's the beautiful thing about the work experience also. So I'll be sharing this with you so you have access. Now, the UK recruiter I talked about, these are some of them. And I didn't select these people because, oh, okay, vague or something. No, it's because of testimonials in terms of how responsive they are and how they kind of approach this with a sense of humanity, right? So I'd like you to take a look at these recruitment platforms or agencies or person. This is a person, all right? This is an agency, and that's pretty much how it is, right? Also an agency. So, but this one is a person, this one is a person also. Okay, so and this is an example of a DM I got from a recruiter. That's for you to know that our interns are strategically positioned and placed. So for you to apply or send a DM to these guys, note that your LinkedIn needs to be updated. Remember I said I sent a DM to a founder, but I made sure that my page looks like the one or someone they would respond to. You want to do the same, okay? You want to do the same. Please make sure that you look like that person. If not, it is going to be like a wasted effort. And make sure that you're also very clear on your current visa status. Remember, these people will be pushing opportunities your way. They need to know if it's PSW and you're open to skilled worker. They need to know if you're on study visa. They need to know, all right? And make sure that you have more than one of them that you're working with. But why pay and rent when you can have? This is a message I got from a recruiter. It says, "Good afternoon, Omomi. I was emailed by a chain. I believe spoke to you about myself. He mentioned you were open to connecting, blah, blah, blah. I specialize in cyber and AI recruitment, but as a business, we cover all areas of tech. You did mention you train people and then help them find jobs." So you see what I'm saying. So he wanted to know if we're also a recruitment agency considering that fact. So I corrected that notion and I told him the areas that we help people gain experience in. And I told him we were open to exploring sponsorship partnership employment partnership so that we could place our interns with them. This is the kind of partnership that we've sealed for our interns. All right. And we guarantee them that, oh, trust me, our interns are pre-vetted candidates that you can trust. This is one of our interns who got a job with Hello DPO as a data protection paralegal. She interned as a GRC analyst. This is another job title under GRC, by the way. And she got the job October, but 5 months into her intern. 13, sent a message, and she was just appreciative of the fact that the work experience was amazing for her. And she said, after 2 years and 7 months in the UK, I finally secured a job offer in my preferred field of finance. So that's the beauty of this. And she was just saying, I also want to thank you to say thank you to you personally and to Amdari as a whole. The support, opportunity, and trust you've given people like me has made the real difference. I truly appreciate the environment you created for growth and development. That is the beauty of what we're doing. So we're wrapping up. How do you become a practitioner? It's very simple. It's through this work experience. A practitioner is what recruiters hire. So in 4 months, you build experience and knowledge across different industries that I have highlighted. How does this work? You gain real work experience by working on our client's project And then you have a mentor that tailors your CV and application strategy to those industries or that particular company. And then every other support in terms of CV revamp, LinkedIn optimization, you get it. So this is Amdari. If you enroll for this internship today, this is you. You become a consultant and you work with this guy, a specialist. Throughout your 4 months internship, you never work alone. This is your team. As I described at the start of this is the person that gives you and impacts you with the skills and knowledge of your field. They work with you Mondays to Fridays throughout the 4 months, but not 9 to 5, because I know that you most likely have another job. For them, this is their 9 to 5, obviously. But for you, we expect that you commit a minimum. I'm not saying commit 1 hour, I'm saying minimum of 1 hour. But if you can do 2 hours, that's perfect. 3 hours, that's even amazing. All right, that's why I said commit time is just 4 months. So just dedicate that 4 months to making sure that this works. Dedicate that 4 months to making sure that you get the best from this. And I've said it earlier, you will get recommendation letter from all the businesses you work with. Each of these business comes from health tech, STM, which is supply chain management, IT, startup businesses, and health. Ed tech, right? So they're like home service kind of tech platform. This one is like a social tech platform. And then we have health tech, Solace Imaging, and then we have startup ecosystem Ventura X. We have Maroon Home, so this is more like infrastructure or prop tech. Then we have AI for Beijing Fusion and marketing. We have e-commerce. We have fintech. So I wanted to put it in just one slide. So those are the business partners, and I showed us their websites earlier when I was presenting. So when you get the slide, you can also look them up online. So you see all these businesses that I'm mentioning. So this is the next level for you, tailored employability. Again, this is you in Amdari, of course, and this is your employability expert. This person works with you every Thursday throughout the internship. Okay, every Thursday. They revamp your CV. They optimize your LinkedIn. They help you navigate the UK job market. You see apply, understand that the strategy, you see that strategy, you won't do it again. Everything I've said so far today, you won't figure it out again. I just needed to spell them out so that you know that application still has to do with positioning right and using the right strategy. But you don't need to figure everything out again. So they will do all of this. Personalized interview preparation also. Like I said, the pain point of company A is not the same as company B. So you need that prep every time. So you can have one-on-one interview prep any day of the week. Just look at your calendar, pick the dates you're available. It reflects on their end. That's this person's end. So that's the smart way we build Amdari. So it's your dashboard as an intern. You come to your internship dashboard. So I'll be taking questions in 10 minutes. I'm wrapping up already, and I'll show you how to enroll. Now, this is your dashboard, my internship program. Okay, let's click on my resources. Look at it. Reference letter request, interview prep request. Can you see? Book interview prep, speak to our employability specialist, or optimize your CV. Remember, I said earlier that your CV is optimized generically for your role as a project manager. But it doesn't mean that, that is what you should use. No. So when you click on optimize your CV, right, it is going to redirect you to this page where you can optimize it. See, you don't need to stress yourself. Your master CV, the employability specialist revamps it with you. But there's subsequent ones. You can do it yourself with this smart platform. So let's do. So I filled my personal information. I don't know why this never really shows my URL for LinkedIn. So I'm going to paste something random. Then put your portfolio link here. Please, it's compulsory. I'm not putting anything here because of time, but you put something here. All of our interns have access to this. And I want to just show you this thing in real life so that you know that, I'm not just saying these things work. They work. We have a tool. Like we have a smart engineering team, software engineering team that builds everything that makes your life easy. All right. So let's say the job you're applying to is project management job. Click on next. sorry, I'm in the program as a project manager. My cohort, let's say January, click on next. Now, what role am I targeting? I say project manager role. Okay, I've not selected anything. Says, would you like your CV tailored to specific industry? So let's say yes, okay, because it's important. What industry? Healthcare. See? Click on next. Now, it says I should upload my CV. I'm going to upload my CV. So let me just, I'm going to upload, so I want you to upload an actual, so that it doesn't just put anything here. So you see, Omomi's product management resume, submit. Now I have submitted, okay? I've submitted, and it says, it has been sent to my email, blah, blah, blah. And if I have any issues, I should reach out to employability or book CV review session. So you see, I can still book CV review session. Now, I have revamped my CV, but I just want to go over this with my CV. So the email has dropped. So you see, this is Monday. Guys, I want you to know how much available we are at Amdari. This is the person that will work with you, the employability person. All these other dates are cancelled because it's in the past. Look at 18th, which is next Monday. Mondays to Fridays, look at the opening that you can pick from. So I don't want to know how busy you are. There is an opening that works for you. So Monday to Friday, can you see? Can you see? Now this ends here because there is an employability session. Remember I said every Thursday, right? That one is compulsory. These other ones, it's just your choice, right? Nurat can pick a day here. Henry can pick a day. So that's why it's like your choice. But this one is all of you, it's a must. Thursday, like compulsory. All right. You all have to show up. So that's why it stops at 4 p.m. because everybody needs to prep for that evening session, including the person you'll be speaking to. So you see, CV review session, and you can book. That's how easy it is. So this is how we make sure that you have that one-on-one interview prep. This person working with you here is not the Amina that will revamp your CV. You have a lot of mentors that you will work with. That's the beauty of this internship. And the CV that was revamped for me, I'll show you right now. The CV that was revamped for me was sent to my email. So let's take a look. So you see, I'm doing CV review. Your CV review and optimization is ready. So I click on this. Yeah. And you would see it in the standard UK format. See? Standard UK format, no tables, no columns, because ATS does not know how to parse it, right? It is important that it's in a left to right readable format, top to bottom. Right? In tech. Okay, so let's come back to my slide. So you see how you work with this employability expert. And there is CV matching. This other one revamps and tailors your CV to different job applications. When I'm done taking your question, so that's exactly how this works. So the next thing on the 6th of June, if you show you how to enroll. All right. So this is one of our interns who got a job, all thanks to the internship program and the reference letter that she was awarded. And these are reference requests from companies looking to hire our interns. So enrollment fee is £800, but we are running an early bird discount, and only for this webinar attendees, only for those of you on the call, and there is a 4 hours countdown to you using this discount. And you can pay in 3 installments. £200 for your first installment, £200 a month later, and then £200 2 months later. You're spreading your payment across 3 months. Okay, you're spreading your payment across 3 months, so you don't have to pay all 600 at once. Like I said, this discount is webinar only discount. It's for everybody who is on the call with me today, and you can use this discount within the next 24 hours before the price goes back to £800. So if you'd like to take advantage of this, the beautiful thing is you can pay lesser than 600. That's if you don't want to do this and you want to do full payment, right? One-time payment. So how do you secure your spot? Now let me show you real quick. Okay. Use the link that I'll be dropping in the chat. Okay. Use the link that right about. Just use that to secure your spot. And those that are enrolling with it, so I would explain how that works. So I've dropped the link, and my colleague has also dropped the link. When you click on that link, it brings you to this page. Okay, sorry, I was looking for the tab. It brings you to this page that you see on my screen. Scroll down to the program you want to enroll for. Any program, I've been showing us different programs from the start of this. And okay, someone asked about DevOps. So good news, I think we just opened up the slots. So I think we've yeah, because like I said earlier, we closed it because of the number of people that we had. So yes, you can enroll for DevOps. This is it right here. So in case you're interested in DevOps, just pick DevOps. So the slot has been opened back up. Yeah. So business analysis, project apply. Right. Once you are the tools you work with, the industries, everything like that, the skill. And from my screen, you can even see some of the mentors you would get to work with. Remember, I said there are team leads. So this is just some of them. Click on apply now. Once you do that, all right. Once you click on apply now, brings you here. You're joining me from UK. Please pick Europe. You're joining me from Canada or US. Please pick any. It's because of time zone, so that you're not on a team that has a different time zone as you. So EU, if you're joining me from the UK, NA, Canada, or US. Now, when do you want to start? June cohorts, which is 6, because what better time to start than yesterday? So you don't want to pay the £600 in installments. You'd rather pay 500. Just pick full payment. And if you want to do installments, you would see you're paying across different months. 16th of May is today's date. Your next payment will be due 16th of June. Your next payment will be due, your last payment will be due 16th of July. But the beautiful thing is, you can extend your next payment date. Say, oh, I want to pay the next one on 30th. Sure, we can do that. See, I just edited my next payment date. And then you're fine with everything else. I confirm my information is correct. I have read terms and conditions. Click on pay. Okay. Once you click on pay, you're redirected to the page where you can fill in your card details. This is the Stripe page. Fill your card details in and click on pay. Once you do that, you will get redirected. Now, because I won't be filling an actual card detail, let's just finish up here because of time. Okay, so let me put it on ×2. So once you click pay, processes, and it redirects you to this form. Please fill the form with your personal details. Your skill level, beginner, intermediate, it doesn't matter. Country of residence, UK, US, it doesn't matter. And then select your gender, male, female, how you found out about Amdari, Instagram, LinkedIn, select it. Which of our sessions influenced your decision? Or rather, what influenced your decision? Type it first. And then, which of our sessions influenced your decision? By virtue of being on the call with me today, please select UK Job Lab, not Saturday session, no. UK Job Lab. This is the UK Job Lab. So select UK Job Lab under session of influence and then click on submit. Your payment is successful. You receive the message. Click on go to dashboard and that is all. You can take 3 crash courses before your internship starts. You can check your payment summary right here. It is that easy. Okay, it is that easy. So that's how you secure your spot in the program. So I'm wrapping up already. So like I said earlier, we have mentorship, coffee chat with recruiters. So instead of all and it doesn't guarantee much work experience wise, Amdari gives you all these in one, and you still get a copy chat with recruiters by your second month. And you can see that I'm giving 10 slots to just the people on this call. Once the 10 slots is taken, this copy chat access would be closed. Okay, so within the next 24 hours, secure your spot so you can also lock the discount, and so that you can also have an opportunity to join the mentorship community that is exclusive to those that would have one-on-one coffee chat with UK recruiters. So these are free portfolio websites also that we give you access to, and you can host your websites or your projects there without paying anything for developers, maintenance fee, because it costs a lot, right, to maintain websites and all that. So thank you all so much for paying rapt attention and for staying up until this point with me. Now I will take your question. So if you have any question for me, can you indicate by raising your hand, and I will call you to speak. So I would follow by hand raised, and I do not see any questions in the chat yet, but I have my eyes glued. So if you have any question for me, can I see your thumbs up, or rather raise your hand? So just indicate, and then I would also just indicate by raising your hand. All right. Or type it in the chat if you're in a place where you cannot speak. If you're in a place where you cannot speak, type it in the chat. Okay. So any question from anyone? Are we good? Nobody is asking question. She says, will the Amdari service, that is the employability specialist and business partner, be tailored to your specific career preference and industry? I'm interested in the fraud analytics role. 1000% she. Like I said earlier, and that's why you saw that part that says personalized interview prep and also job application support tailored to your niche and in particular industry. So yes, your interning under cybersecurity does not mean everything is generic, even your application strategy wise. So yes, we tailor it to your field or industry of interest or niche of interest. I hope that answered your question, Chief. Okay. I believe she's typing. Do I have anyone else with a question? Like I said, if you can't speak, you can actually just. So let me take Chi. Hi, Chi.
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for this session. It was really enlightening. I actually wanted to buttress on my initial question, because I was thinking, like, before we go on to the site, to pay and all that, that probably we'll have like a one-on-one session, because I'm talking based on my experience. I've had like a normal work experience, and I wanted to pursue that particular work experience, further it, add data analytics and all. But I think there's also a part that I need to understand business analytics, some things about business analytics. For instance, I have to iterate products, launching and all that. But that's the part of business analysis that I need. But I actually need the data analysis part, this SQL and Python. So I was thinking that we would have like someone to, talk to you one-to-one, person could understand your needs, right? Before you go on to, pay or enroll. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah. So Chi, I'd like you to fill the attendance form that my colleague dropped, but Alex can call Chi after the session. Okay. So Chi, we're going to reach out to you. That we typically have every week, Mondays to Fridays. Although that's not 1-to-1, that's about maybe 1 to 10, 1 to 5, 1 to 6 people. So I typically have a smaller number of people on. From your number, please also drop the clarity booking. Okay. So right now, my colleague just dropped a form. Please fill this form. We're going to call you. Okay, we're going to call you. But that will be Monday. But the reason why I want my colleague to drop her number now, so that we can call you today. So once she drops her number, please send her a message on WhatsApp. Just tell her Chi from the call. All right. So Alex, drop your number. So just tell her Chi from the call, and she's going to direct you to the right person. In fact, I can even get your number from her, and then I can call you after this. Okay, so we can definitely do that. Is that fine?
Yes, it's very fine. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Chi. Okay, so to everyone else, like I said, just in case you feel the same way as Chi expressed, there is a clarity session Mondays to Fridays. You'll see this that says Calendly. That's the clarity session. You can book any day of the week that works. I'm available 1 p.m. My colleague is available 8 p.m. So if you pick 1 p.m., I'm the person you're speaking to. If you pick 8 p.m., you'll be speaking to one of my colleagues by that time. Then if you would want a call today, tonight, please send a message to Alex. She would let me know and I'll reach out to you. Okay? She'll let me know. So Nurat, to answer the question, I know I typed, but let me just respond to your question. Are we going to have access to real life projects, hands-on experience? Yes, Nura, that's all I've been emphasizing since the start of this. I showed us websites of our project partners. These are businesses in the UK, in sectors that are relevant to each niche, right? So you are not just doing simulated projects or hypothetical projects like, oh, they were made of no. You're solving actual business problems. These businesses are in the UK, whether it's owned by an Indian, by Nigerian, or by an actual British person. These businesses are in the UK, they're in Canada, so you get to build experience working on this project. So, and I said also that the real life experience part does not stop at the project. You have a team and you have a team lead, which is typical of any company, right? So, yeah, I believe that answers your question, Lurat. I just wanted to like add more to that. So do I have anyone else with a question for me? Please, if you're making payments already, because I'm looking at the dashboard and the back end, and I see some payments coming in already. So please, if you're making payments already, ensure you fill the form, okay? And for those that are, I'm seeing abandoned carts, I believe you're still in the process of securing your spot. So, sorry, I'm just checking that out. So please make sure you finish up the form, because that's how we get to have your details. That's how we get to send you your internship confirmation letter, your onboarding details also. Okay, so it's very, very necessary for you to fill this form. So please ensure you fill the form. Okay, we send you your internship confirmation letter, your onboarding details, and yeah, so just make sure you fill the form. Okay, so if I had basic, really basic knowledge of data engineering, can I still fit in? Yes, Darlington. That's why I showed you those crash courses, right? And then your team lead also supports you with learning. So if there is any form of learning support that you need, they still provide it to you, okay? So they still provide you with learning support and everything regarding that. So just feel free to secure your spot and you'll be glad you did, okay? All right, so let me see. Do I have anyone else with question? Since nobody wants to speak. So I hope that answers your question, Darlington. So we have crash courses that you can take, and then there is also learning support that you can get. Okay. All right. So anyone else with a question? In case you later have a question and we're done with this session, I would like you to fill the form for clarity booking. I'm going to drop it right now, so that you can ask me your question any day of the week, Monday to Friday. 1 p.m. I am there, 5 p.m., 8 p.m. rather, my colleague is there. Okay, so please feel free to fill the form and we'll be more than happy to speak to you. All right, I want to take one or two more persons that most likely have questions for me. But please, like I said, because the slots are currently being reduced as we speak. So if you, once you're done with your payment, ensure you fill the attendance form. Okay, ensure you fill the attendance form on that end. Okay. Any other question from anyone? Seems you guys are good, no question. Okay, so since there are no questions, maybe I'll ask. Okay, Esther.
There is.
Okay.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, Esther. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for your time and everything. Though, at some point, because I was just coming back from work, at some point the network, my phone went off and I just got home. So most part of what you were saying, I couldn't get it. Where I stopped was when you were making a whole lot of references about a startup and everything. Okay, my question goes this way. I am just newly introduced into the tech industry. What I mean is, I am from a mass comm background where I have zero knowledge about tech. And I transitioned from my master's here in London into international project management. So theoretically, I've gained knowledge, but practically, I am zero. So I I really want this, and I feel I need practice. I need where I know I'm already doing an internship with Amdari, yeah. But I was expecting more of an office setting where I work in, just as you said, startup. So I don't know how to put it. If there is a way startup can take someone like me, be it as a graduate trainee or as internship, but I know I'm going to the office. I am there. I'm doing something. They are seeing me doing something. Any issue I have, I can quickly say, sir, I can you please put me through in this, and when I'm doing that, if I could be doing that for 1 month, I feel I'll really be grounded in it. But when I'm on my bed from Monday to Friday, because I'm at home, it's only Saturday and Sunday I go out for my 20 hours, you know. But from Monday to Friday, I'm just at home. When I'm on my bed and I and I'm there already has given us projects, I'll just be lying on my bed and feeling comfortable. I'll be saying, okay, procrastination. I will do it later.
Yeah.
I will do it later. But if there is a little avenue where I can go to something like an office where I sit down, I will be I will know that I'm out. Even if it's for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. I don't know if you understand where I'm driving at.
Yeah. Sounds. Yeah.
So
Okay.
how can I be helped?
All right. So this internship is actually fully remote. It's not physical or on site. But in the case of how someone like you can really, really function remotely, trust me, you have a WhatsApp group, right? Every team, everyone doing this internship has a WhatsApp group, and that WhatsApp group gives you full access to the communication happening day to day, and you guys meet twice a week already by default. Every twice a week, you guys meet, have conversation on what you're working on and everything like that. So trust me when I tell you that this internship works a lot. So you'd have meeting twice a week. So that's vibe of okay, relaxing. It's not going to be there. There are a lot of activities that will make sure that you're active and you don't just relax because there is a task, there is presentation to stakeholders, there's all of that. So that really pushes you to want to deliver and do it. So what I would advise, right? But like I said, this is remote. We don't have any form of physical internship, and that's because of the different businesses that you'll be doing internship with. So yeah, I don't know. Does that help?
Well, then the other one I spoke about, the startup. Do they take people like me? Zero knowledge.
So because you're doing your internship with Amdari to
Yeah.
build the kind of knowledge that would make them take you. So that's the whole
Okay.
essence of doing this internship. So instead of just sticking to your theoretical knowledge, because no, they don't take theoretical knowledge. That was why I said earlier that, oh, I might be talking about all these strategies that I use that work. But trust me, I was sending portfolio, and that's not theoretical skill. That's not theoretical knowledge. That was actual projects I worked on. And I made sure that it was something that this person would see and actually pick interest in speaking further to me. So it wasn't still random. So that's the whole essence of this internship, like I mentioned. No, they don't pick people without experience because most of them have been down that road before. That was why I played that founder's video. They've been down that road, they know how much of time wastage it is. So they prefer you have some form of experience. So the best strategy for you is, okay, now build the experience, and then applying to those places will now be more easy, to be easier, pretty much. Awesome. Okay, so I hope you'll be joining us, Esther.
I'm already in Amdari.
Oh, you've enrolled already?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, that's fine then. Welcome on board, okay? Yeah. So I saw a message from Deborah, so I was responding via text because I was speaking to Esther. So let me just respond to Deborah. Deborah says, how do we ask for LinkedIn optimization? Trust me, you don't ask at Amdari, honestly. We have a structure. By default, your LinkedIn and CV is optimized by week 5, so that you start applying to jobs by week 6. Even reference letter is not when you're done. It is available on request, right? The reference letter is the one I know you have to request for. But you see your CV, except you need it very early, like, oh, I want to optimize my LinkedIn by second week. Not 100%. Okay. So Nurat, I hope you can hear me. Are you with me? Hello, Nurat. Can anyone hear me? Am I audible? Can I see thumbs up? Okay. So yeah, Nurat. So as I was saying, you would learn all the relevant tools, in fact, beyond what you would even normally assume. Soft skills, hard skills, technical tools, all of those core skills that you need to know. And if you check the website, you will see it right there. Everything is listed. The core tools and skills that you would master in this role and in this niche. Okay? You get all of that there. So please, for those enrolling, like I said while I was speaking, right? Once you fill the form, do not forget to select Job Lab as I think that would be all for now. If you have any other question for me, please do not forget to send it via the phone number that I said you should copy. Also, please book clarity with us. I'll drop the link again in case you want to speak to me where there is a smaller audience. Here we are like 30 right now. So that I typically have like 5, 6, 7, 10 people on the call so we can speak. So pick any day of the week. 1 p.m., I am the one available. 8 p.m., that's my colleague. Okay. So that would be all for today's session. I look forward to having you all enrolled. For those that are enrolled, welcome on board. Like I said,